A very good evening, everybody. This is Peter Gelnay speaking. SIMSPEED Motorsports round number 6, the 90s Touring Car Challenge. So this is our last race for the season, and action-packed race ahead of us. The guys are currently busy with qualifying. And yeah, welcome. I hope you will enjoy the stream with me. So for tonight, we are at the high-speed ring. Just gonna quickly go there to the with the 90s touring cars. We are at high-speed ring, and as we can see, the track layout, very fast track. You will see some slipstreaming, maybe some bump drafting, and hopefully nice and clean racing. So being the last race of the season, I think we've got probably about 23, 24 guys on track. So welcome everyone and enjoy the race with me. So currently, as we said previously, this series is also running a solo qualifying. So the guys are on their own on the track, busy with qualifying. And unfortunately, we can't see the cars on track because of the solo qualifying setting in the server. Currently, Dani van Rooyen is pole position with Sean Olivier and JP Brandt. They're in third place. And you can see the times are quite close. Bradley Taylor fourth, Jamie Nichols then fifth. Warren Dot in the BP Nissan currently running in sixth position. John Visser in a week's Volters Origin sponsored car. Ernest Heather, teammates of John Visser. In eighth, Jacobus Passon, Willie van Wyk. Let's see who else we've got on track. Rian van der Westhuizen, got Caden Scott, Johnny Geldenhuys, and Philip van Staden. I like this livery of the 60-60 theme. So, oh, very well done. And let's see who else we've got on track. Tyler Scott, Francois van Heerden. Francois van den Heever. And then we've got Ernest Passon, Edward Kruger, and Abdurruf Jacobs, and at Fort Mondeo. And let's quickly see Ivan Lerm, Renzo Scott, Robert Stalls. I think that's it, 22 cars on track. And yeah, as you can see, Dani van Rooyen still in that pole position. Sean Olivier in second with about a minute and a half to go. JP Brandt in third. And as we said, we are at the high-speed ring tonight. This is the last race of the season, race number 6, and we are at high-speed ring. And for us who doesn't know what the high-speed ring and the history of high-speed ring, it's a very famous Gran Turismo track. So everyone that played Gran Turismo on the PlayStation in the yesteryears, and even today, well-known track in that system. Here you can see the track. Not a lot of corners. Quite a tricky track if you get up to speed. Very high speed. Turn 1 and 2. Turn 3 is a hard on the brake right-hander. Then turn 4 is a left-hander, and you go through the tunnel. And then getting out of that, you just put your pedal flat and go through the right-hander and then a left hairpin back onto the main straight. So very quick track. So we will see some nice action tonight with the guys. Yeah, and as we can see, let's see what Dani van Rooyen still there in pole position. Sean Olivier, Bradley Taylor, and JP Brandt. Jamie Ray Nichols now in fifth place. Ernest Heather popped up there in 6th. Warren Dot still there in 7th. Jacobus Passon also now up In 8th position, John Visser, and top 10, Willie van Wyk. Qualifying is now in overtime, so we're almost ready for the race. So we will have a 10-lap race, and then another 10-lap race after that with the starting positions, then the finishing order of the first race. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So we still got Daniel van Rooyen, Sean Olivier, Bradley Taylor, JP Brandt, Jamie Ray Nichols, Ernest Heather, Warren Dodd, Jacobus Besson, John Visser, and Willie van Wyk there in 10th. For those who doesn't know as well, on our Discord, we SIMSPEED Motorsports just released the Daisy Raceway track. So keep an eye out of that on our Discord, also on our Facebook and YouTube channel. By now there's a video that we've posted of the Daisy track there in KwaZulu-Natal near Port Shepstone, that we will be actually launching at the track on Saturday the 4th of July. So if you're in the vicinity of the South Coast, please come and join us there at Port Shepstone Daisy Raceway, and have a chat with us there, because we are releasing the virtual version of Daisy Raceway at Daisy Raceway, the track, as it's called, the home of KwaZulu-Natal's motorsport. So come and greet us there at the track on Saturday and have some fun with us on the simulators, and see what the track is all about virtually. Okay, so we'll be right back with the start of race 1. We're getting ready for the race to start, for race 1. 10 lapper ahead of us, you can see Daniel van Rooyen there in pole position, and Sean Olivier there in second. See Jamie Ray Nichols. We've got JP Brandt, Bradley Taylor, Ernest Heather, Warren Dodd. You've got Jacobus Besson, Willie van Wyk, Philip van Staden. Let's see what the race is all about tonight. Ready to start. The lights are out and off we go. So you can see Dani van Rooyen there, Sean Olivier right behind him, already in the slipstream. You see the guys there moving through the corner, coming up to 22. So far, almost there in third place. The guys getting into turn 3, the right hander, and then going through the left hander turn 4, and then through the tunnel. So down one Sean Olivier, almost there, and then Bradley Taylor in fourth, with JP Grant and Jamie Nichols still very close behind. Guys needs to get a little bit closer to someone to get into the slipstream, otherwise the two guys in front will just pull away. Let's see how it goes through the... Let's see Bradley Taylor now trying to get a little bit closer to Ernest getting into the slipstream. We see JP Brandt and Jamie Ray Nichols now on the inside of Ernest there. Through turn 1, using the slipstream effect very nicely to there, and then went through JP Grant now in third, and JB in fourth, Ernest very closely now behind Jamie Nichols. See what's happening a little bit further down. See Warren Dodd also coming up to the right angle. So good. Just a little bit wide on the entry there. Gave Rian van der Westhuizen a little bit of opportunity to get in front there. Warren falling in behind Rian. There's Dani, Sean and JP Grant still in third. And JB and Ernest in fourth and fifth. Helm is behind Philip van Staden, trying to get past there. A little bit of a lag there. There's one of the cars. So Johnny now on the inside, falling in behind Philip. There's Albert Jacobs just closely behind them as well. To the front, you see Jamie Ray Nichols still with JP Brandt. Donnie and Sean still 1-2. With Ernest and Bradley 5-6. Again at the back, you see Albert Jacobs there. Phillips a little bit lagging there. Let's see Caden Scott there in 19th position. Tyler Scott closely behind, then 20th. See Edward Kruger closely behind Tyler there. And we've got Ernest Besson. See Ernest is now trying to get closer to Rian van der Westhuizen. Dropped a little bit out of position there. Up front you see first and second. And then we've got JP Brandt and Jamie Nichols using the slipstream effect to get as much speed as possible. And Johnny Felby is now pulling a little bit away from Albert Jacobs, and Robert Stolz now also getting up to speed. With Rian van der Westhuizen just behind him. So the guys starting to work together to see if they can get as much speed as possible. As soon as you are out of the slipstream, you're losing a lot of speed on this track. Bradley Taylor and Ernest Heather are also working in that 5 and 6 position. So the guys are spreading a little bit out now because of the slipstream. So people are still working very hard to see if they can get a little bit closer to Darby and Sean in front. Ivan Lerm, and then in front of him Willie van Wyk, Edward Kruger and Marcus Passon with 14, 15 and 16th position. Wide next to each other through turn 1. And Willie van Wyk trying to get in front of Edward, and if we can also get into the slipstream and the effect of the slipstream, see if we can get a bit closer up the road. Van Wyk there on the inside of Edward, but keeping that inside line, really just following him behind it again. We're running a little bit wide. Almost in the start of the tunnel there. Now Ivan Lerm also now right behind Willie. That little slide that Willie had just pushed him out a little bit. Let's get on here with Bradley Taylor and Ernest also now working together. Warren Dodd also have a little bit of a problem. The guys are and John Visser as well. And Francois van der Merwe now also getting up to speed. Francois, Caden Scott and Agnes Passon now at 11th, 12th and 13th position. Still Sean Oliver and Donnie van Rooyen working together with Donnie first, Sean second, 3 seconds behind him, JP Brandt and Jamie Ray Nichols, and 2 seconds behind them, and Bradley Taylor and Ernest Heather. And nice guys is all over the field. These 3 cars. So if they can get into that top 10 position currently, Francois van der Merwe having that spot. Albert Jacobs also now having a good outing tonight in 8th position. I think Johnny Feldman is just ahead of him, just must slow a little bit down so that they can get into each other's slipstream and have that effect. See if they can get closer to the guys in front of them. See what's happening a little bit further behind. See Philip van Staren 18th and Ivan Lerm a little bit up the road from him. Edward got a little bit away now from Willie van Wyk as well. Jump up front, see Donnie and Sean is still working together and opening a little bit of a gap now, about 5 seconds. See JP Brandt and Jamie Nichols. See Ernest Heather and Bradley Taylor slightly creeping up on the 2 ahead of him. I think the gap was about 3 seconds, so it's now almost just about a second. So Gelder is losing out on his slipstream, but still there in 7th. Abroef Jacobs there in 8th. Robert Stolz in 9th. Good outing for Robert. And then Francois and Caden Scott working together. And then Rian van der Westhuizen now also joining that party there. With Ernest Masson just probably a little bit of a mistake, just falling a little bit behind. And Jacobus Masson also now, let's just get closer to Ernest, and then they can work together and see if they can push each other a little bit up the road. Let's get back to the action there in front with Ernest and Bradley working very hard to see if they can get closer to Jamie and JP there. Still up front, Daniel van Rooyen and Sean Olivier just pulling away a little bit. Right after that, almost a 7-second lead now. And John Visser also all on his own there at the back. Having a nice outing, looking at the scenery maybe, and yeah, having some fun. Tyler Scott also now sees we can get a little bit closer to Philip. Philip's still got that maybe a little bit of a technical problem there. He's sliding a little bit on that exit of turn. Was it the last corner, the hairpin? We're already on lap 9. Still got Daniel and Sean very close to each other, working together. And we've got David Brown, Nichols just falling a little bit behind now. We'll catch up on the slipstream down against there. And then Ernest and Bradley still working very hard to see if they can get closer ever so much there. And Johnny Gelman is still there in 7th. Up the roof in 8th. And then Robert Scholes, and then now Kevin Scott. All off a little bit. See, he was there in the 10th position, he's now in 12th. Don't know if something happened there. The station are very close to Robert Stolz there, so the guys are fighting for that 10th position. Frans of the now on the inside of Rian, getting his 10th position back. With Caden Scott just up the road from them. The guys are on the last lap, and we've got Daniel van Rooyen and Sean Olivier dicing for the line, and it's Daniel van Rooyen that won. See JP Brandt and JP Nichols. JP just ahead of JP, and then of Jamie, and then Bradley Taylor, Ernest Heather. See Warren Dot. He's got Johnny in 7th. Up the roof, Jacobs there in 8th. Caden Scott there in 9th position. With Rian very closely in 10th. Francois van der Heever in 11th. Robert Stolz in 12th. Kobus Passon. Ernest Passon. And as quickly as the race started, we are done with the first race. Willy van Wyk there and Edward Kruger in 16th. Good outing for Edward. Nice speed throughout the race. And we've got Ivan Lerm, Philip van Staden, Tyler Scott, Warren Dodd, John Visser, and Renzo Scott just joined us now, getting on track. So yeah, congratulations to the top 3 guys, Dani, Sean and JP, and we will be right back for the second race. Great, thank you for watching everybody and welcome again. So we're back on race 2. So we've got Daniel van Rooyen there in pole position with Sean Olivier in second. See JP Brown there in third. Jamie Ray Nichols in fourth. This is the starting positions for the second race. Bradley Taylor there in fifth. Ernest Heather sixth. So the top six all had friends together and cars together that could use the slipstream. See, Johnny was a little bit on his own, and same with Up the Roof Jacobs, also a little bit on their own. Caden Scott, good outing, and Drian van der Westhuizen. See the Francois van der Juffer. And then, yeah, let's see what the action of the second race will give us. The lights are all on and away we go. See JP Brown already going up in front of Jamie Ray Nichols there. Donnie and Sean got a good pull away there. So now Ernest also having a just behind Jamie there, and Johnny Geldnys and Bradley Taylor side by side going through turn 1 there. 3-4 wide through turn 1, coming up to turn 2. See Johnny now on the inside. Jamie just losing out a little bit of the slipstream there, but guys are still next to each other. Going into turn 3. Hard on the brakes here. See Ernest and JP a little bit of it coming together there, but they sorted it out quickly. In the meantime, this bunch losing a little bit of ground to the guys there up front. Still on the first lap, getting onto the last corner down the main straight. Donnie and Sean still up front there, opening a bigger gap there now. JP there in third with Jamie Ray Nichols, Ernest and Johnny. See Bradley Taylor losing a bit of ground there, just getting out, not in the slipstream. See third, fourth, fifth and sixth all together there. JP and Jamie, Ernest and Johnny. And the guys at the back, I see Bradley Taylor now just behind Francois van der Juffer, and see, come Francois, let me drive with you and see if we can catch the guys up front. Donnie and Sean opening a little bit of a gap there, about 3 seconds now. Let's go a little bit down the field to see Up the Roof Jacobs and Francois and Bradley Taylor now working together. And just behind them, Caden Scott and looks like Robert Stolz and Willie van Wyk. Again, action all over the place. Working together, see if they can get a better slipstream effect, see if they can catch the guys up front. See Francois van der Juffer and Bradley Taylor now in 7th and 8th with Up the Roof not far away from him. Let's just hold the line and see if he can get closer to get that help from the slipstream. Caden Scott having a good outing tonight, Robert Stolz and Willie van Wyk. See if they can start working together. See Willie there on the inside of Robert. Coming into turn 1. See Willie getting a little bit closer, see if he can get up to where Caden Scott is and let them work together and see if they can get some more speed. Daniel and Sean still 1 and 2. Then we've got JP Brown and Jamie Ray Nichols 3 and 4. Ernest Heather, Johnny Gelners in 5 and 6. And Bradley Taylor and Francois van der Jurgen in 7 and 8. And Abdurov in 9th. Caden Scott 10th. Willie van Wyk and Robert Stolz. See Jacobus Passon losing a little bit of ground, then John Visser having a better outing this time around. See if they can keep up with Jacobus Passon and with slipstream effect, just let them run and see if they can get closer to the guys up front. Warren Dodd currently there in 22nd. Rian then 21st, Philip van Staden. And a little bit of a technical problem with some teleporting in the first race, but getting up to speed again. And then we've got Edward Kruger and Tyler Scott now together. And just up the road from them, we've got Ivan Lerm. Got Renzo Scott. And then Ernest Passon. So Ernest must just get a little bit quicker through this section to see if he can get closer a little bit closer to John Visser. Guys going through the tunnel. John Visser still just closely behind Jacobus Passon, working together and see if they can get some more speed. And we've got Robert Stolz. And just in front of him, Caden Scott and Willie van Wyk pulling them along. Those three guys almost working together there. After losing a little bit of speed behind Francois van der Jurgen. See what's happening up front. And see Johnny and Ernest now. A little bit of a tap there, maybe just slightly too much bumping there to get that bump draft working, but they will recover from that and then just get built up to speed again. See Bradley Taylor now with that little bit of excursion, they're getting a little bit closer there. Still in 3rd and 4th, Jamie and JP. Up front, the two Fort Mondeos of Daniel van Rooyen and Sean Olivier still 1 and 2. Very nice sounding cars. See JP and JD working very hard to see if they can get closer. On board here with Jamie. Getting ready to turn 2, now turn 3. And we've got the left-hander turn 4, going into the tunnel. Coming out of the tunnel with a slight right-hander, and then last corner almost like a kind of a hairpin. See they keep it planted full throttle. Now they built up some speed into 6th gear down the main straight. See Johnny and Ernest still working, and see Bradley slightly getting closer. See if he can join the party there. We've got Francois van der Juffer and up the roof Jacobs in another one of the Old Mondeos. So Caden Scott now on board with him in 10th. Hello John Ray, welcome to the stream. Now Philip had a little bit of a technical problems, a little bit of a network issue. See where Philip is at this stage. I think probably battling a little bit with network issues. Philip is currently 20th. Yeah, and also congratulations on the little baby for the family there, John Ray. So keep well with that as well, and then yeah. So we're already on lap 9 of 10. We see Sean and Donnie still going at it 1 and 2. Jamie and Brad, so JP in 3rd and Jamie in 4th. And then Ernest Heather and Johnny now behind Ernest. Says Ernest, let me rather be do the work at the back, and then Ernest holding the line so that Johnny can just follow closely within the slipstream. Bradley there in 7th, Francois in 8th, and then up the roof also getting a little bit closer to Francois. Getting now and then in 10th. See Willie also now very close behind, and see Ivan Lerm. No, sorry, not Ivan Lerm, there, Jacobus Passon. Then 12 behind Willie. Then we've got John Visser then 13th. See the leaders now starting their final lap. See Robert Stalls there in 14th. You can see John and Danny and Sean there in 1 and 2, and Jamie and Nick and JP in 3 and 4. Ernest and Johnny Stall there in 5 and 6. Bradley Taylor. The Blue Alpha there in 7th. Francois van der Juffer there in 8th. Good outing for up the roof Jacobs there in 9th. Very well done. So there's Dyser still really very wide there. Again between Willie, Caden Scott and Jacobus Passon, and then John Visser. John Visser just looking at the 3 in front of him, say, you guys make a mistake, I will just take that position. And but yeah, up front you can see Dani van Rooyen and Sean Olivier taking the win. I think Dani just tapped a little bit maybe there, or Sean just got a little bit of a slipstream there. See Jamie Ray Nichols in 3 and JP Brandt 4th. Ernest 5 and Johnny 6. Bradley Taylor in 7th. Francois van der Juffer 8. Up to Roof Jacobs. Nice outing. And then Caden Scott got the 10th position with Willie van Wyk in 11th. Jacobus Besson in 12th position. And as soon as see the guys had some nice battles all over. thank you so much for watching, everybody. And yeah, so as John also says, yeah, the key to this track was slipstreaming and also a little bit of bump drafting. So I thank you for watching, and thank you for all the drivers and the support to SIMSPEED. Much appreciated. Now, please look out for our next season. So this was race 6 of 6 for the 90s touring cars, and we were at High Speed Ring. As we mentioned earlier, so this weekend coming the 4th of July, we will be releasing the Desi Raceway track that we created for Assetto Corsa. And if you are close at the south coast, Port Shepstone area over the weekend, come and say hi at Desi Raceway. We will catch you there. And for everyone watching and supporting us through the season so far, thank you so much. And yeah, watch out for the next season. Some quite exciting stuff coming up. And then yeah, have a good week. Have a good Monday morning. I know it's back to work again tomorrow. And then also winter is up upon us. So up in Gauteng area, they say it's going to be quite cold. Some snow predicted over the mountains. So keep warm and stay safe.